Hey, welcome back to the Ping Pong Flix Show. My name is Chris Wong. What a crazy day in terms of that Chris Terrio article, which is actually the biggest news of the day. And so if you want to go check out my reading the entire interview, if you didn't have a chance to read it or don't want to read it and you just want to listen to it, please click on the link right up there. So to check out that entire interview. It's about 30 minutes, and I read it all. So hopefully enjoyed that, especially Chris Terrio talking shit about Warner Brothers, going right to town with Warner Brothers. But there are a few other new pieces of information that I would like you to know today. But starting off with a new member. Thank you to Akmal Ayman for joining the members of the Ping Pong Flix Show. Truly appreciate it. And with that, you can definitely now put a comment or question down below of any video, and I'll be reading it on air. Now, there are some issues. I've seen some people, certain individuals have said that their comments are not appearing where I'm not reading them. I'm skipping over them. And I'm looking back and I can't seem to find them. And I'm looking in the hidden for review as well, and I can't seem to find certain ones. So please, I don't know how to reach me, but try to comment on me, reach out to me again and say, hey, you skipped me again. I would really want to get to the bottom of this because I can't find it on anywhere of my comment screens. And I even have it so that it breaks out the channel members. But let me know. Let me know indeed. All right. Well, let's get into the first topic of the day. The first topic of the day is Netflix and Sony. This is coming from Discussing Film, where it says Netflix and Sony have signed a licensing deal, which means all major Sony movies from 2022 will release exclusively on Netflix after their theatrical run finishes. Now, there was an entire article on this, but I'm going to bring up Luis Fernando. He kind of breaks it down really nicely. He says, if you don't have a streaming service, join who has one. Sony made an historic mega deal with Netflix, where all slate of Sony movies from 2022 onwards will be exclusively streamed on Netflix for 18 months, after they finish theatrical and physical home video window runs. The deal starts with Morbius in 2022. All Sony IP's future movies will head to Netflix after that, including any new Spider-Man, Jumanji, or Venom movies. Venom, Let There Be Carnage, and Spider-Man No Way Home won't be a part of the agreement, as they will be released in 2021 or in 2021. So there was that. There's something that's pretty awesome to see that we're going to have some movies coming from Sony, major Sony movies. They don't have their own streaming service, like I said, and so I guess they partnered up with a streaming service instead of trying to make their own. Thank you, because I can't afford any more streaming services. There's so many streaming services. I don't even have Paramount Plus. I'm like, no, screw that one. I'm sorry, but we already paid for Netflix, so I'm really happy that Sony is going over to Netflix, and then we can finally watch those theatrical Netflix movies on Sony theatrical movies on Netflix, and that's really good. So like Venom 2, stuff like that, those types of movies, and really looking forward to getting more content on Netflix, which is what we all want. We want more content on Netflix. Netflix is really winning it right now. They really are. They're killing it. They're absolutely killing it. They're still number one in terms of streaming services, and all these other characters just need to try to catch up to it. I think Disney Plus is pretty much doing a okay job. They're getting a lot of Marvel stuff on there. They released the Zemo cut of the dance. There's a 1 hour Zemo cut. I can't believe that trended. Anyway, so it's really cool to see all these streaming services really working hard to put content on their service, except for HBO Max. I'm sorry, I'm good. But hopefully HBO Max will soon realize that they're not going to have a lot of those movies after those theatrical runs. They have to wait. They're going to need more content soon. So hopefully they realize that as we go further. All right, well, let's get into Justice League now. Like I said, there is really no news in other DC or other movies too much Yeah, we had some Ghostbusters things there and there, but that was kind of old news now. That was yesterday. But the whole thing about Ray Fisher and Chris Terrio just was the brunt of all news, for the past 2 days, and nobody wanted to hear anything about Powerpuff Girls or Ghostbuster. Maybe some people thought about the Ghostbusters things, but whatever. But yeah, Zack Snyder, he tweeted out today, help us raise much needed funds for AFSP National. We are auctioning limited original signed and framed character portraits that I shot during Zack Snyder's Justice League additional photography. And if you click on this link here, the Snyder Cut account also shared it as well. You can actually see some of these pieces here. Exclusively on Charity Buzz. Sorry. Bid to win one of Zack Snyder's personal character portraits. And so it's right here. These exclusive photographs are from Zack Snyder's Justice League Director's collection of character portraits. This series of portraits were captured by Zack Snyder himself during the additional shooting for Zack Snyder's Justice League, shot over a series of 3 days in mid-October 2020 on his Leica monochrome. These photos offer an intimate glimpse at the characters and the actors who portray them as they prepare to help complete a cinematic vision years in the making. And so this is one of the shoot. This is from the original shoot. That's why they got all the characters there to shoot that there on top of that. So in support of American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, established in 1987, the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention is a voluntary health organization that gives those affected by suicide a nationwide community empowered by research, education, and advocacy to take action against this leading cause of death. AFSP is dedicated to saving lives and bringing hope to those affected by suicide. AFSP creates a culture that's smart about mental health by engaging in the following core strategies: funding scientific research, educating the public about mental health and suicide prevention, advocating for public policies in mental health and suicide prevention, and supporting survivors of suicide loss and those affected by suicide in our mission. So here are the pictures right here. I'm wondering if this is someone. You click on it and you can actually get to the actual Charity Buzz here. There you go. So current bid right now is estimated at 1,000 value. Damn. Current bid is at 2,100 for this Joker in the Jesus pose with the thorns on his head, which is pretty cool. So if you guys want to take a look at that, that's pretty awesome. The other ones over here, so you can click on it and you can see how much it's going for now. A lot of people are bidding a lot of this thing, so these things are in thousands of dollars. Some new ones that we haven't really seen before. This one's behind Joker here. We've got Mara with her water can, I think, and the Aquaman's trident. This is a new one. This is a little bit closer up look of Mara over here. Then we got again to Deathstroke right there. Some Batman. We've seen this Batman image. We've seen this one as well. I don't think we've seen, this is the one that we haven't. We've seen this one. We haven't seen this, and we haven't seen this, I believe. So Deathstroke looking that way. This is one of my favorites, actually. Just this look right here. Ben Affleck is Batman, Nightmare Batman. So freaking cool. This is so awesome. I wonder how much this is going for. $3,000! $3,000! Yeah. Oh man, you guys are rich, whoever you are. But that looks fantastic. It looks great. It looks awesome. Of course, it's got all that Charity Buzz, so nobody can just steal the picture and try to print it themselves. Very smart. So that's going for $3,000. There's 13 days left to buy that beautiful, beautiful portrait. Ben Affleck is Batman, and all these other ones as well. So, yeah. So if you got the money, if you got the cash, and you want some of this cool-looking character portraits of Zack Snyder's Justice League, the Nightmare, the ragtag team of Nightmare, then please go ahead and I'll put this link in the description below. So definitely check that out. All right. Well, the Vanity Fair article was insane. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about this. I read the whole thing, and I gave some of my thoughts on it. But honestly, this is amazing for this man to do. Like this definitely 100% would probably burn a lot of bridges with him and Warner Brothers. I mean, it's great to hear that he's got a script. He's working for Amazon, which is great, and I think he'll probably work with Netflix and stuff like that. He's all that kind of stuff. And you never know with the previous regime, Kevin Tsujihara gone, Jeff Johns gone, John Berg gone, pretty much. Joss Whedon gone. Well, he never really worked with Joss Whedon at all. But basically, they're a lot of the major exec boards, except for Toby Emmerich, are now gone, and so he doesn't have to worry about. He could still probably work for Warner Brothers at that point, but this one is a big, just massive shade towards Warner Bros, toxic bros over there, and it's just one day after the other, right? We had the Ray Fisher thing yesterday. Zack Snyder's Justice League itself is definitely something throws shade towards Warner Bros and the decisions to change that. Okay, because remember, Toby Emmerich says, we're going to adhere to the directing and style and tone that Zack set. Bullshit. That did not happen, and it's frustrating because, if you've seen my videos back in BVS days, I ate it up. I ate up everything Warner Brothers said. I believed in the studio. I trusted the studio, right? I fought for the studio. In those videos, I was like, no, they're not changing nothing. They're not going to do this and that and this and that. And then it came out, oh, they did. Well, they did. And I was still like, no worry. They're just throwing this out, and no worry. The DVD is going to come out, and it's going to be the director's cut. And I still ate shit. I still, was towing the company line. I feel terrible about it now, but it is what it is. I was towing the company line, and I was like, don't worry. They can't be that shitty. Well, they are. It turns out they're really a bunch of egotistical morons at that. I mean, listen to some of the stuff in here. Like, he was going to, there was something about him kind of criticizing that they were going to make it dark. They were going to have Lois get punched, and a whole bunch of they would have had Lex Luthor get branded, and he's like, no, that's not the thing. Oh, here, this is what he's saying. He's saying, I've been working with a director to bring a voice of conscience and sanity to the almost perversely dark film you've been developing for years. But I'm the problem here? Exactly. The studio has no idea, no clue what they're doing, down to even trying to make Batman v Superman, and I saw this a mile away. Once I saw the movie, it's like, oh, they kind of really marketed the movie to be like a fighting movie, right? Like a boxing match. Like they were going to see Batman fighting Superman for the entirety of the movie. Well, that already gave a lot of people these certain expectations, and even cheapening the movie to a Freddy versus Jason, an Aliens versus Predator, that type of movie. I mean, we got that type of movie, Godzilla versus Kong, no problem. There's not much depth in that one. You wanted to see Godzilla versus Kong, you got Godzilla versus Kong, and a lot of MonsterVerse fans are happy about that. But they were trying to make something more special than that. So I'm still wondering, what was the title for this? Was it just Batman / Superman? Well, he did say that he didn't care for he criticized that they put Batman and Superman. They just wanted to sell the characters. So I'm wondering if maybe it was just going to be called Dawn of Justice, maybe, or something. I don't know. But that's the past now, and obviously he's not going to reveal what the name should have been. Maybe we'll ask him one day. But it does make you wonder. It's almost hurtful, how I even told the company line everything, trusted in a Wall Street Journal reporter who said, oh, he wants to talk about the Snyder Cut movement and stuff like that, and he was getting all positive, and I'm like, oh, okay. So I trusted him, and he took parts of my article to shade us, and parts of Fiona, parts of Jay Oliva, and the DCEU movie page guy. I'm sorry, I don't know your name, but it's like the parts of it, and just didn't even use any of Jay Oliva's interview at all, and just painted us as a toxic fandom, as some idiots who don't know anything about movie making, and that the Snyder Cut didn't exist, right? And it just, and all this is coming back to me because a couple friends were talking about it today, and they're like, "Oh man, I want to rant!" Like, they're calling us toxic when they created this. They could have just went the first time and says, "Yeah, you're right. There's a Snyder Cut." That we wouldn't have the years of fighting, years of fighting, and then kept using sites like The Wrap and Umberto to say that there's a pipe dream, and lying to the journalists, lying to Umberto, lying to everybody, saying that the Justice League movie that Zack was watching was unwatchable. Lie to them, made us attack them. And they didn't take the fall for it. Not even since Zack Snyder's Justice League came out. Not even a word from Toby Emmerich. Toby Emmerich made "Oh, this is a thing? Oh, Zack, you want to release your Snyder Cut? I guess there's a Snyder Cut." Oh, dude, motherfucker, you did that. You knew. And you didn't say sorry. You didn't apologize to your customers, your consumers, us. No. What you did, you told Ad Sarnoff, I don't know if he told Ad Sarnoff, but Ad Sarnoff's definitely on that side, says, "Oh no, we don't. You're terrorists. These customers are terrorists. They're toxic fans. They're terrorists. They're terrorists, bitch. We are consumers. We are customers." It's literally, we're going to the store, we're asking for a product, we see it behind the counter, and it's "Oh, there's a product right there. Can we have some of that? I have this money, I have this cash." And you're throw it. You don't even throw it in front of her face. You just hide it, and you're no. No, you're toxic. You're asking us for something that you want, but we're going to give this to you instead. And we're "Yeah, well, some of us wants that. Some of us wants that. But others are "Well, I'd rather have that, because I saw this and I want the sequel to that." And you're saying that you don't want our money? No, I don't want your money. In fact, you asking is toxic. "Oh, you're so toxic. Oh, why are you asking for stuff? Oh, you're so toxic." It's amazingly, I can't believe it. It's we were your customers. we went to watch Man of Steel. We went to watch Batman v Superman. We even went to watch Justice League at least once or twice to figure out is this really Zack Snyder movie? We're trying. A lot of us are smarter than, especially me. But we did. We bought the DVD because we were "Oh, maybe we buy the DVD and you'll see that there's a lot of money, and then maybe with that money you can make a director's cut." No, still never happened, right? So all right. Okay, so is there another Henry Cavill Superman movie? No. Okay, well. All right, is there another Ben Affleck Batman? No. Okay, well, Aquaman. All right, well that's Jason Momoa. That's Snyder's Aquaman. Let's go watch Snyder's Aquaman. And we all did. We're "Oh, we're really Snyder's Aquaman. That's cool." And then later on, Shazam came out, and you're headless. Where's Henry Cavill? You couldn't put Henry Cavill. And that actually scene leaked out before the theater. So amazing. I'm wondering if a lot of the people who like the OG DCEU are "Well, I don't want anything to do with that." Because that's oh my God. Well, what happened, right? They threw in the John Williams score and everything like that. And it's just totally different. And it's they have no idea what they're doing. They have no idea what they're doing. They're "Oh, I don't know what we're doing." Wonder Woman 1984. Totally different, right? It's totally different. And that one, mainstream didn't even like it either. Mainstream didn't even like it. It's why? I get they own the IP, but don't know what the hell they're doing. They don't know who they're selling to. Do they not know who they're... they're trying to go after some type of fan base that I have no fucking clue who they are. because they do weird shit. Like like people who weren't gonna look forward to Zack Snyder's Justice League were looking forward to Ava DuVernay's New Gods, and they canceled that. They were looking more forward to, oh, let's continue the Aquaman universe with Trench. They were looking, and no, they canceled that. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know, but there seems to be, and so I'm pretty happy that they're taking an L right now. Twice. They have not said a word. They cannot just like throw out any kind of like shame, like some type of article talking about another Frosty the Snowman or whatever anymore. I think they realized that didn't work. That just kind of fueled us in a way. And it just doesn't work anymore. It doesn't work anymore. In fact, the people who disregarded Batman v Superman stuff, they think those are their fans. They think they should listen to them. Even some of those bloggers at the time, like Devin Faraci, that sexual predator, he's still out on Twitter, speaking his mind freely, right? And people listen to that shit. Amazing. Like, they learned absolutely nothing. Like, people should be like, look at the Zack Snyder's Justice League. Oh my God, they were wrong. You're right, guys. You were right, fandom. You were right. This is what we want. This is what we needed. This is what's gonna save DC. No. Everything else was like a step in the fucking right direction when it wasn't a step in the right direction. It was a step in the fucking wrong direction. And only when you got Zack Snyder's Justice League, it was finally you're like, oh shit, this was where it was going. Oh, this was the vision? Oh my God, why didn't we continue this in the first place? Why didn't we continue this in the first place? I don't know. What would it have been like? It would have been up to with Marvel. Marvel would be like, damn, we've got real competition. Wow. I think we got to start, making some moves and stuff like that. I mean, they already did. They completely demolished any chance DC was going to go anywhere, because they were going like, well, we're so scared of making shared universes. We're just going to let people do whatever the fuck they want. But now they're like, we're going to connect them again, and some of these don't belong in that connection. I'm like, what? Make up your mind. Make up your mind. I don't get it. It's so hard to be a DC fan. It really is. Oh, man. Man. But, you know what? There's several different universes now. You got the Black Adam universe. You got Matt Reeves, whatever universe. It's a trilogy or a single movie. I have no idea. Flash is like, they're trying to do stuff with Flash. I mean, like, is Michael Keaton still there? I don't know. It's like rumors. I saw rumors today. I didn't want to report on it, but it was because it's just rumors. Like, oh, they couldn't get Michael Keaton in, so let's get Christian Bale instead. I'm like, really? Really? Wow. It's insane. It's insane. It's like, and that's really the project Hamada is really working on. That's really what it is working, because David Sandberg is over on the Shazamverse, even though David Sandberg also isn't talking to the Garcias and Dwayne Johnson. Like, really? But isn't Shazam part of Black Adam? And he's like, I don't know what was going on. I just made Shazam. They said, go for it. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like, what is this? Like, it's just making any sense. It just doesn't make any sense anymore. Wonder Woman 3, I have no idea. Dowd and Patty Jenkins, I know Patty Jenkins made a wink. Yeah, she winked. But really, like, if it was a big project, James Gunn even like, I'm working on the Suicide Squad. Patty Jenkins, wink. That's it. And then you see her climbing an X-Wing. Like, and they're going to make Cleopatra. Seriously. I know people are spreading around that picture of Gal Gadot with 2 projects. She has a baby and she's reading. That's the project. The baby is one project, the script is another project, and I think that's Cleopatra. I think that's what it was. Okay, so it's not, they didn't all of a sudden hand them Justice League 2 and 3. Not yet. Not with these toxic bros and sis over there at Warner Brothers. Okay, they're still there. They're still there. It's getting very frustrating at this moment in time. But hopefully, all these things like Chris Terrio, Ray Fisher, who else is going to come next? Is Ben Affleck going to talk? I don't know. Because at the end of the day, he's still an actor. He's still got projects with him. He's going to be in the Flash movie, right? Probably finishing up his last contract for the Batman. And he's like, I'm done. I'm done with you, Warner Brothers. Until they restore the Snyderverse. If they restore the Snyderverse, then that's great. That would be absolutely great. But it does go to show that now, fellas like Chris Terrio, Ray Fisher, are not holding back anymore. They're throwing all the cards in. And I think Zack's probably throwing all the cards in already. Let's see how much we can shake them up. Shake them up. So that Warner, AT&T, I don't know if they care. Do they care? I don't know. I hope they care. I know there's a lot of rumors and people talking about there's being discussions being made. Zack's got the numbers and stuff. I even said it because I thought, oh yeah, maybe Zack's got the numbers. No, he told me he didn't. He told me they're not talking to him. He's not talking to them. So that's kind of a thing that you're like, okay, well, what's next? What is next? Well, there's still that AT&T meeting down the line on the 22nd that we can look forward to. Absolutely. Black Adam is shooting today. Well, not today, sorry. This week, apparently, or production starts this week. I think they're shooting next week. The Flash, don't know what's going on with that. Matt Reeves, the Batman's all done. It's all finished shooting. They're in post-production right now. The Suicide Squad getting ready to release in August. So you got that to look forward to. Aquaman 2 going to shoot soon. David F. Sandberg said Shazam 2 about to shoot soon. Production, or actually no. Actually maybe it's like production is about to start. No. It was already pre-production. Yeah, so about to shoot soon. What else? What else? We've got these HBO Max series, Peacemaker, GCPD, J.J. Abrams doing a whole bunch of stuff. We don't have no idea because he's so secretive. He's not going to tell anybody. He's not going to tell us all. And most likely they threw out some things because Warner Brothers wanted to get some momentum on their projects. The projects that they think they have and hope they have, unless they get canceled like in a few months or so. So what happens? I don't know. I got to say, right now, as an OG DCEU fan, and after having watched Zack Snyder's Justice League, there is really nothing to the level of excitement and wonder and hype as what Zack Snyder was going to do with all these characters in the future movies. Justice League 2. Mad Max Fury fucking Road with Justice League members? Hell yeah, who wouldn't want to see that? That's the one thing I wanted to see ever since I saw the Nightmare Scene in BVS. I was like, we got to have a freaking movie of this. Hell yeah. Justice League 3, it was going to be an all DC film extravaganza with Superman in the lead. Superman takes a hold of the entire team and brings in like Justice League Unlimited going after Darkseid and the Apocalypse in an all-out war. We've got like freaking Navy ships and Air Force and the military and Green Lantern Corps and what, all these fucking, the whole freaking DC universe was going to go on. Freaking attack Apocalypse in his war. That would have been epic. That would have been so epic. They had continued on. So I still hope they do. Because that's something that, like, You can't say that as a DC fan you don't want, man. You're gonna like, in order to see all those characters on screen at the same time. That is every DC fan's dream come true. You know how excited you were for like Crisis on Infinite Earth, seeing all those characters? Yeah, the production budget wasn't quite there, but it was CW. As a DC fan, you can't help but say, that's ambitious. And that's what we need. To be ambitious. That's what Marvel did. Marvel said, you know, we're going to be fucking ambitious right now. We're going to do it. You know, I mean, they could have got it further, but they did pretty good. You know, honestly. Honestly, as a Marvel fan, I'm so, you know, Marvel fans out there, I'm so fucking happy for you guys. I'm so happy for you guys. Because Kevin Feige had a vision. And he went through with it. No one stopped him. He said, I'm going to go through with it. I'm going to give you every characters that, like, Marvel characters that you're like, that would never work on screen, but I gave it to you anyway. And we culminated into a gigantic battle with fighting Thanos and his whatever army. I don't know what they're called. And, like, wow. I don't know if Marvel fans are, I think Marvel fans are pretty freaking happy. It seems like it. They're getting more content. They released a Zemo cut after just a day of trending. Released a Zemo cut. They just did it. Yeah. Let's just appease the customers. Appease the fans. They know who their fans are. They know who their customers are. And they're like, okay. I mean, they even gave in. I don't know if it's, I'm pretty sure it's still happening. A rated R Deadpool. They gave in and said, you know what? You're right. Deadpool only works as rated R. Let's give in. Let's do it. Deadpool rated R. You want Deadpool rated R? Okay, let's do it. See? Not that hard. And they didn't even need anything to trend. They didn't need to have billboards and airplanes and bus stop signs. They need us constantly making events left and right. No, none of that. They just got it. Marvel's just like, oh, we can make money off of that. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. It may take a while for some of these projects, but they're definitely going to do it. You're going to get your Fantastic Four movie. You're going to get your X-Men movie. You're going to get all that. Absolutely. Why buy Fox? You're going to get that. DC fans, though. It's like fighting tooth and nail for every goddamn thing. Jesus. I don't know. It's so weird, you know? Always fighting for the underdog, I guess. That's where I am at. Always got faith for the underdog. One day, it will come true. Maybe. Hopefully. But we're going to have more stuff from Chris Terrio, because Zack Snyder just posted this. Zack Snyder himself posted this. The Year of the Quarry. It's got, oh, that's kind of cool. Just realized that. That's Zack Snyder's Justice League plus Army of the Dead right there. Pulling up the flag, Stone Quarry flag. Justice 2021, Justice Con. This is going to be a good time. Can't wait to see you all there. I'm hopeful. Chris Terrio will stop by and we will talk about all things Justice League on Saturday. And then my buddy Dave Bautista on Sunday to Army of the Dead the fuck out of it. Woo! So, holy shit, Chris Terrio is going to have a panel. Of all the stuff he talked about today, you know what? I'm going to be honest, and I put it out. Not going to lie, man. I would listen to 4 fucking hours of Chris Terrio talking shit about Warner Brothers. And whatever they do. You know, spill it, man. Spill the tea. And I guess he will. On that weekend. So April 16th to the 18th. Be there, be square. It's on the Justice Con channel on YouTube. They have its own YouTube. That's where you're going to get to watch it. It will be live just like last time. So shout out to the Nerd Queens, Nana and Cole, and Meg, Wonder Meg. Absolutely awesome to put this together. The second year for essentially our Snyder Con, but Justice Con. We're calling it Justice Con 2021. So that's awesome. That's amazing. Lots of people are going to show up to that. It's getting bigger and bigger and better. And now that Zack Snyder's Justice League is out, maybe we're going to hear a lot more tea coming from this. So let's see. Let's see, wait and find out. But it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. That's how we're gonna do it. All right. Well, let's get into the members' comments and questions before I get into another rant here. Start off with Manu Del Peck. Lightcast did a really cool breakdown of those. I thought you were gonna say BS Zack Snyder's just BVS. Yeah, no, BS Zack Snyder. No, you did mean BS Zack Snyder's Justice League Multiverse. Oh, okay. Oh, cool. Well, I never got a chance to see that. Unless Barry destroys the timeline in order to get a multi-universe Justice League, I can't see how they are going to explain how Wonder Woman and Aquaman are there, but Superman and Batman have been replaced. Yeah. It really is going to be different. Like, I think you're talking about, I think J.J. Abrams is just going to like disregard anything that has happened before, and he's just going to do his own thing. That's part of the problem. I get that that's a cool thing and things like that, but having them explain that, I wonder, will that be explained in a way to the mainstream, or they're just going to do it, you know? According to the rumors, there's a civil war going on at Warner Media and that J.J. Abrams don't want the Snyderverse. What do you think? I don't know about the Civil War or anything like that. Who won? North or South? No, I'm kidding. But like, I don't know about the Civil War going on there. I think I know there are execs that are loving the Snyderverse and there are execs that are not loving. Whether they're fighting or not, I have no idea. But I do think, and this is my honest opinion, that J.J. Abrams also doesn't want the Snyderverse. Like, or he doesn't, like, it's not the case where it's like he's going to fight against having the Snyderverse. He's just going to, they've gave him $500 million to come in and do whatever the fuck he wants. He's got that clout. So he's going to be like, oh, cool. Well, I'm in here now. You've gave me the keys to a major IP, that's DC. I'm going to make another Superman. I'm going to make another Batman. I'm going to, do, all this kind of stuff. I think that's where his head is at. He's not like, yeah, okay, maybe they got along with Zack Snyder, but I don't think they're that, like, tight friends, you know what I mean? Like, I think J.J. Abrams is in a position of power that he can pretty much do what he wants to do now. Is this thing breathing on my, I don't know. Seems like it's not focusing. But yeah, I think J.J. Abrams is just going to do whatever he wants to do. Thing is, GVK was changed also because of test screenings. Ryan Unicomb didn't specify if they were bad, but it's a mix of that and the response to King of the Monsters, right? Unfortunately, it seems that The Flash has become Hamada's project entirely. Muschietti doesn't have a say on it. It seems like even when Sasha Kaye was announced, right? They said that Walter Hamada gave the go-ahead. So it's like, oh, so even Walter Hamada has he's part of that production. So it's like what Zack was saying, how there were execs, Jeff Johns, Sean Burke, were babysitting the whole production, and look how how that kind of turned out, right? So is Walter Hamada sitting there making sure everything is in order? I wonder, how the Muschiettis feel about that. If The Rock supports Restore the Snyderverse, then there is still hope. Man, I hope so. But you know what? He's just an actor, I think, like I said before, $7 production. I think Dwayne The Rock Johnson, just like J.J. Abrams, he's in there, he's going to want to create his own thing, right? Is just like, he's another creator, right, in a way. So I think he's just going to want to create his own thing, but also if he sees a chance that, hey, that's the next biggest thing, I want to fight that next biggest thing in a way, you know. I love The Rock, but I hope they won't let him produce Man of Steel. It will be an action comedy movie, and that is not what we want. I don't know if he's going to produce Man of Steel. And I think all those are good guesses because Henry Cavill is on that side. Danny Garcia's his rep. So I think that's just, you're just putting two and two together at that point. If there was a Man of Steel 2, then of course Garcia's in the $7 will be involved in that because they rep him, right? And so unless they don't rep him anymore, then anything else, Man of Steel 2 would still have a $7 purchase. So that just makes, honestly, sense if there was one. But we'll see. Shit, here we go again. Jonathan Mueller. Terrio dropping truth bombs. Between this and many other interviews and discussions, Warner Bros. Have been utterly exposed for such appalling behavior. Heads must roll now, surely, into the nearest boom tube opening, preferably. Man, I hope so. Man, I don't know what's going on over there. They're pretty silent over on the Warner Brothers side, right? I wonder what they're thinking. If this is what is spilling out into the mainstream media, think about what's going on in the background. Chaos! There's a war at Warner Brothers and we need AT&T to sort it out. If Warner Brothers is about making money, they have no option but to continue the Snyderverse. But we know deep down that they want this universe to die. They've made that clear. They don't like Ray Fisher. They don't like that fans got what we wanted. That's just my opinion. HBO Max is our only hope. Warner Brothers won't touch the Snyderverse. Warner Brothers execs just view it as a headache that won't go away. The saving grace is the idea of a multiverse. On that basis, it has to continue, but it will be through HBO Max. I have high hopes that Zack is currently ball deep in discussions right now. What say you, Chris? I already revealed it earlier that Zack, well, this was like a week ago, so I don't know, but like a week ago, they're not talking to him. But, I still believe our best chance, possibly our only chance to have the Snyderverse, will be through HBO Max. I'm banking on that they cannot bank on theatrical movies in 2022. So they need to make more stuff, right? This confirms what most of us suspected, that the studio took advantage of the Snyder's personal tragedy to replace him and others. Not a good look for Warner Brothers. Not a good look at all. Yeah. Terrio seems like a good foil to Snyder's darker inclinations. I'm glad he was able to assist. Just so sorry so much of his work was butchered even more than usual when a screenplay is adapted. Zack is very much into collaboration, and I love that approach. Restore to Snyderverse. Yes. Absolutely. And he's like Chris Terrio's like, he's a great guy, man. He's a nice guy. He's going to be nice about it. I'm not. Chris Terrio's like, I'm not going to be nice about it. Terrio noting that his motive for writing Justice League was to get the heroes more hopeful and less dark after BVS makes me wonder. Would he want to write the Justice League 2 that's mostly Nightmare? Would he want to? I think so, because it's part of the arc of this whole thing. And they've went through it. They've went through the storyboards. They know where it's headed. He knows where it's headed. So he's definitely would do that. But it's still hopeful because there's still a ragtag team of adventurers who are hopeful that they can make a difference. They can change time. Because it's a nightmare, but it's definitely another, would you say, not Empire Strikes? Yeah, it could be like another Empire Strikes Back situation, because Justice League 3 would have been a real Return of the Jedi moment. You would have had Justice League working together at the beginning of that Nightmare vision, right? Before it all goes down to hell, goes down to shit. But that was always the plan, so he would definitely do that. It's interesting what Terrio says about Lois quoting Marie Colvin with, "I'm not a lady, I'm a journalist." Another thing people have attacked the scene about was Lois beginning with, "Are you a terrorist, General?" They say Lois is somehow incompetent to ask that. Never mind. That again. Terrio's having Lois invoke real life. Mike Wallace interviewing, I can't say that name, bringing up how people said that you're a lunatic. Yeah, I mean, and you know what? Even if I didn't know that, I had no problem whatsoever with those lines, I don't know why people do. LOL, if Warner Bros. Didn't fuck it up. Yeah, I know. Seriously, where we would have been right now. I probably wouldn't have a channel. Well, maybe I would. I don't know. I'm still kind of sad that we'll never get to see the OG script for JL. Hope we get more like the BVS tone for the sequels. I loved Zack Snyder's Justice League, but didn't like the lighter tone. Batman seems out of place and things are a little too rushed. Hope there was a longer cut for Zack Snyder's Justice League. Well, there was 5 hours. There was a 5-hour cut. That's assembly cut for you. But there was a longer cut. But it was always supposed to be that tone, and you're right. Like, if they never messed with it, it would have been different, I think. It would have been something else entirely if they went with the original plan. But because of the reception of BVS, things have changed. Who the fuck keep hitting dislike, Chris? We need to give them a Batman warehouse scene ass whooping. Oh, man, they're fans too. They just like to see me spitting, and they don't like it, so that's fine. It's still engagement. Go ahead and press the dislike button. Also, we are winning, Chris. I feel like these articles are going to cause AT&T to look at Warner Bros. Differently. Imagine seeing the failure of the studio's movie and seeing the positive response to Zack movies in BVS Ultimate Edition and Zack Snyder's Justice League. I think we won, Chris. We just don't know it yet. Oh, yes, it has, sir. Everything's changed. Men fall from the sky. The gods hurl thunderbolts. Innocents die. That's how it starts, sir. The fever, the rage, the feeling of powerlessness that turns good men cruel. Love that. Awesome, Mario. That was a great comment right there. But yeah, I hope so. And that's why I'm thinking like all these things are coming out. They're throwing all their cards at it just to show, put a lot of shade on Warner Brothers. Put a lot of shade on them to show that their leadership is not great. I mean, specifically Ray Fisher's like, I don't think these people are fit to be leaders. I don't think these leaderships fit for that. So it definitely does that. And nothing can get to a company unless other than true public opinion. And that's why this is going out mainstream, because public opinion matters. And public opinion will affect, because a lot of the public opinion are shareholders. We own stock. I own stock in AT&T. I have a very 0.0000 whatever percent of whatever that share, but I still have a say because I own you fuckers in a way. The public owns them. And so, we should have a say in that kind of stuff, right? Jason Kylar, please do something. I feel vindicated for my fighting arguments since BVS. Wanker butchers, but let's be honest, it's the personalities at the studios that did this. People. And the horrendous flaws of those unfit to make decisions on things they do not understand. Absolutely. More and more news coming out, and Warner Bros. And DCEU and how they fucked up the plan that Zack Snyder and Chris Terrio had for DC movies. Sooner rather than later, they will not have any work for them or its customer not wanting to watch anything that's associated with Warner Brothers. They know they fucked up big time. Shit, you got Chris Terrio coming out and saying he's dissatisfied of how Warner Bros. Treating him, and Zack that tells you something about the studio and those who runs it. They need to make changes or they will lose trust of the public and lots of money. Yeah. That's what's happening now, I think. A lot of the public opinion, more public opinion in regards to this whole situation right now. And I think that's the way to get to them. Unfortunately, it didn't have to go this way. They could have just been, actual greedy corporate business people and said, you know what, fuck our ego and let's go out and make some money. Let's release that Zemo cut of the dance. That kind of mentality is what is needed. I think AT&T needs that mentality in order to succeed and progress. Melissa says, and to think that it is this studio that is trying to call us toxic. Exactly. My goodness. The hypocrisy. Warner Brothers is reaping what they sowed. It will be interesting to see how this all plays out. It really will. It really will. We're in some kind of weird turmoil state in terms of Warner Brothers. What are they like? Can you imagine like any of these movies that are coming out? And do you have Ann Sarnoff, Toby Emmerich, and Walter Hamada going out in public with the press? do you think they'd be comfortable going out now, kind of like answering questions? Like imagine TMZ, because TMZ even reported on. Imagine TMZ is like, Tommy Emmerich, is it true? Blah 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 blah. Walter Amada, is it true? Blah 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 blah. You know, can you imagine those conversations? Maybe they don't even want to show up. Maybe they don't even want to show up to the red carpet, or they're like, we're not answering questions. You know, to be in that type of situation, I would say AT&T should be like, you know what? I don't think we want that. I don't think we want that. Those questions to be coming towards us like that. Even Jason Kylar, he's getting it every day. Restore snipers. You know, but he's also probably under pressure as well. You know, because this is Warner Brothers. They bought Warner Brothers. He has to try to make it work somehow. And maybe, I don't know what they're doing. Are they looking for new blood? I don't know. Would it look bad on Warner Brothers if they looked for new blood right now? How do they go about this? This is interesting because it's not just Warner Brothers. This is like an entire big company that bought them out that only cares about money. What are they going to do about this? I don't know. Interesting to find out. All right. Well, that is it for today. Before I go to another rant, sorry. Didn't mean to. But yeah, I thought this was going to be a short video, but it just went off. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Like I said, if you absolutely love this daily dose of entertainment, news, and content, please click the like button, hit the subscribe button, ring that notification bell. Keep this hot dog light on, please, and get some shirts down below if you can. I absolutely very grateful and appreciate all of your support. I'll see you next time.